speaking with founders, what are some interesting things you kind of found as people go through that process and you're having those conversations with due diligence? What do you look for?
What we look for is defined by several factors. And, Skylar, one of the things that I said at the start is, the supply of companies is just so rich these days. There's so many companies. And that's because it's become easier to set up a company. You can incorporate easily, you can find people easily, you can speak to a customer through socials, you don't need to get them on the phone. It's just become very easy. I think what we're looking, not I think, I know what we're looking for. We're looking for people that are a little bit more mature. So we rarely invest in anyone that's in their 20s. It doesn't matter how good their business is, because they'll end up being, highly successful and build great businesses, but it's rare that you find someone in their 20s that's got amazing experience. They've got great vision, but execution can be challenging. We're looking to de-risk on entry. So we're looking for someone that understands what executive management looks like, what it means to go to market, what it means to close a customer, what it means to price, what it means to get increasing margins. Um, I th- One of the other key facets with a leader that we're looking for, given that we invest in technology and innovation, they've got to have nous in that. So if we see someone that has got experience in retail, but they're trying to do a fintech, we get somewhat cautious. So we're looking for someone that's technically competent every time. And some of our best investments have been founders that have got a team of 200 people. They've got success, they've got strategic investment, they've grown well, but the leader's still on the tools, right? He's not doing capital raising the whole time. He's still on the tools and involved in product architecture. That makes a big difference, right? So technical
Mm-hmm.
nous, in our opinion, is probably the most important facet with a leader. Then you get things like authenticity. Is the person authentic? Everyone knows how to market. Great marketers can raise a lot of money. Doesn't mean great marketers can build a great business, right? So we're looking for authenticity. So one of the things that we do is when you've made the decision to invest but you haven't signed the documents, take them out to dinner. And we look at their behavior with the wait staff, right? So you might have had one beer or one
Mm-hmm.
wine, but just how they treat them, how they talk to them is really important, because during capital raising, everyone is always really nice and really responsive. But when you take them out of that zone, you got to test what they're like. So
Yeah.
we do it in that particular way, and it's telling sometimes. A company's been really good to us in meetings and on Zoom calls, and you go to their office, but then you go to the restaurant and they're like really objectionable with people, which kind of indicates that there's a bit of selfishness there.